Guys, what I want to go over today with you is about how you can fix yourself from chronic pain. Let's roll a VT. I'll see you on the other side. So if you've got that elbow tendonitis, if you've got that knee problem, ankle, Achilles tendon that's really burning, if you've got lower back pain, elbow issues, etc., stick with this, guys, because not only am I going to tell you the mechanisms of why you're getting pain, but we're also going to go through what you need to do. And it's not that difficult, but what you need to do to get yourself out of the problem and get it gone away forever. So everyone, you've been suffering, right? You've got a bad back, bad neck, bad shoulder, whatever it is, it's bugging the hell out of you and you want to get rid of it. Okay. So we're going to go over the mechanisms that put you there in the first place. And then we're going to go over the 5 steps that you need to take to get you out of this problem and get it away forever. That's right. Get it away forever. You do not need to go and see your doctor. You do not need to go and see a consultant. You can easily get around this problem because healthcare starts with self-care. And that's where we want to be, right? Looking after ourselves and understanding our own bodies. So no one gave me a book or a manual about how I work because I'm slightly different to somebody else, and so are you. But there are steps you can take using a little bit of your own ingenuity and you will be absolutely fine. I guarantee it, guys. I guarantee it. So I'm going to share a presentation with you now, and this will explain all the steps that we need to do. Okay, so the components of chronic injury. So we first want to understand what's going on. There's often one or more factors at play in the underlying cause of Achilles tendonitis or tennis elbow or golfer's elbow or runner's knee, things like this. Okay, your bad back and other areas are usually a symptom of something else that's happening. Okay, so tendonitis is kind of what it comes down to in a nutshell, okay, or a tendinosis. And this is pain that you are feeling in a kind of muscle or connective tissue area, okay? So myofascial means muscle and fascia tissue. Fascial tissue is the tissue basically that holds everything together inside your body. So a ligament is a thick part of fascial tissue, so is a tendon, for instance. And fascia also runs through muscle. So it's very important that we understand that the areas that get injured the most are around the joints, okay? So of your fingers, your wrists, your elbow, your shoulder, neck, back, hips, knees, ankles, toes, you get the idea, okay? Chronic inflammation or arthritis, okay? That's when it's gone even further. These things can be reversed, guys. They can be reversed, and I'm going to show you how. Rheumatoid arthritis is a condition which is caused by poor nutrition, okay, or the wrong type of nutrition. Your autoimmune system is picking up on something that's being put into your gut, and it's getting through into your body, like through leaky gut or something like this, and basically it's attacking the joints in your body. Okay, it's all about the nutrition. The medicine or the medical fraternity will help you to ease back on some of these symptoms, but you're not going to get to the underlying cause. No way ever, until you change what you are doing. If you're not prepared to change what you are doing, what you're eating or not eating, then you're going to continue to have these horrible, debilitating flare-ups of rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. This also leads to a ripple effect, which we will go over in a little while. But basically a ripple effect is you've got bad nutrition, your joints swell up, okay, you're then lacking in certain vitamins, and your muscles will start to tighten up in other areas of your body. Okay, that is a ripple effect. You have other problems as a consequence. Osteoarthritis, on the other hand, is more of a bone-on-bone destruction inside of a joint. It can be fully reversed, okay, but it's literally where the linings inside the joint are literally grinding against each other and grinding away until it gets down to bone, okay. We want to stop it before we get down to that kind of level, okay. Osteoporosis is a similar thing as where bones being degenerated, okay. So those inner linings inside the joint can be damaged as a result of tightness, for instance, in muscles around the area, which are pulling and it's compressing your joint together and it's rubbing it away, guys. If you combine that with poor nutrition, then the joint's not getting the feed that it needs to repair. It's quite simple. Accumulating factors of chronic injury, well, this ripple effect, this is an accumulation. So the ripple effect, for instance, let me give you a basic example. Imagine that your left knee is chronically flared up and tight, so you put more weight onto your right leg and maybe your right ankle starts to hurt, or you tear your Achilles tendon on the right side because it's a ripple effect. Your Achilles tendon wasn't hurt, well, it was, but it wasn't hurt as a consequence of just being a weak Achilles tendon. It's because it's under too much pressure all the time. So the ripple effect can cascade into lots and lots of different things. And you may even find that your neck tension is a consequence of something not working right in your ankle. Okay. It goes all the way out the body. So, microtrauma is the other thing. So for years you've sat a certain way, or you've not done any exercise, or you've done too much exercise, and you're putting your body under strain constantly. So what happens is microtrauma starts to just tick away inside the tissues, and it goes over many, many years. Once you get past the age of about 27 to 29, your body's ability to repair and hoover up damaged tissues massively goes down. So getting the right kind of supplementation into your body is going to be very important as well. We're going to go over that in a little while, so you want to stay tuned so I can tell you which supplements are going to be best for you to be taking to help get you out of chronic pain. Okay. Yes, the enzymes are proteolytic enzymes, but like I say, after the age of around 30, the majority of athletes, are, their careers are generally over, yeah, or they have to work so much harder to get their bodies to repair to continue training at that level. And it's the same for all of us. You don't have to be an athlete past a certain age. You're going to feel it a lot more, okay, unless you take care of your body. You're the driver in the seat. You need to look after the car. No one's giving you a manual for your car or your body, so you're going to need to learn this stuff. So what are the mechanisms that lead to your injury? So here we're going to go over this quite quickly. Ask yourself things like, have you done this movement or lift or exercise or, work before? Okay. Was you attempting to do something that was harder than usual? Were you fully warmed up when you did it? Or was you, straight out of bed and bent down to pick something up and you injured your back? Did you move faster than normal? Because sometimes moving faster can be a big problem. You can do the same movement time and time again. If you do it twice as fast, this can be an issue. Have you injured the same area before? So previous injury is the biggest culprit towards re-injury, okay, of everything that we do, okay? So if you've injured your hamstring a lot or your ankle, the chances are you're going to be more predisposed to keep injuring it, okay? It's just the way it is. Well, it's not just the way it is, but it's a big factor. Okay, it's a big factor. Previous injury is a big factor in re-injury. Okay, you want to find the source problem. If you keep injuring a shoulder, a knee, an ankle, there is an underlying problem, guys. Underlying problem, and you need to sort that out. It's going to keep coming back to bite you on the backside until you sort that out. Other things. Did you do a different movement? Did you twist more? Did you bend more? It could be something like that. So now we're going to come on to the fixes. What do you need to do? So we understand now that we may be or may not be doing something that's possibly led to our problem. Okay. And in my professional opinion, most people's chronic pain is because they're either not doing something or they're doing something wrong. Okay. Most injuries And I see a lot of people in the sports world, but I'm not talking about elite sportsmen. I used to work with elite sportsmen, but now I tend to focus more on just your everyday weekend warriors, gym bunnies, personal trainers, people who love to lift, love to train, love to exercise. But genuinely, guys, you're usually doing something wrong and you don't realize, because it's hard to be kind of objective about yourself. All right, you need someone to look at you. So the way that we fix this is, this is for chronic pain. This isn't acute trauma, okay, which we would treat slightly differently. I'm talking about chronic aches and pains, something you've had for a while. Maybe, as an example, you've got a tennis elbow or a golfer's elbow, you've got shoulder impingements, you get runner's knee or jumper's knee, you get carpal tunnel syndrome in the wrist, you've got osteoarthritis in your body, you've got Achilles tendonitis through the running you're doing, you know, general knee pain, back pain, hip problems, you name it. You can get yourself around these issues if you're determined within a few months. These are the 5 things you need to address. You don't need to do them all at once, but you need to look for anything that's tight around the area. Remember, your pain is a symptom of something else. If the muscles are tight and the connective tissues are tight, stuck around your joint, you're going to have an issue in that joint, guaranteed. Because as things are tightened, they're pulling the joints together. It will give you arthritis and it will give you tendonitis, guaranteed at some point, especially if you are using that area. So if you want to run, if you want to dance, if you want to lift weights, you need to check and find out, because it's an underlying symptom. We need to decrease the inflammation. Now, this is really important. It's actually the first thing we want to do to get you out of pain, okay? You need to address the nutrition. You know, if you're putting junk in the trunk, you're going to have a problem, okay? You can't run a good engine on really bad fuel. You just can't do it, guys. You're going to have to bite the bullet, stop eating the crisp biscuits, chocolates, cakes, too much sugar, too much starchy food. You need to clean up your diet, get rid of the fizzy drinks, even keep away from too much Wi-Fi and electricity, like the best you can possibly do. But you know what? If you're not prepared to do that, then you have to be prepared to accept, I'm going to take longer to repair, because it will just take you longer. Okay. We also want to add supplementation, and I'll go through that with you in a little while to let you know what you can be taking to increase your chances of getting rid of this problem. We want to look at posture and movement. How do you walk? How do you move? How do you hold yourself? Are you doing the same movements all day, every day at work? Do you lie in bed in an awkward position? You know, do you sit down of a night slumped in a chair? Like, all these things will come back to haunt you. I guarantee it. You know, I've changed people's lives just giving them a different position to sleep in bed. Now, it does take a little bit of fathoming out. And if you're not sure, ask somebody who understands this stuff. Drop me down a message and I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you where I can. Lifestyle factors is a similar thing. Are you getting RSI for doing the same job in and out day after day? Why do we need to do these things? Well, if you take a look at the area where you're feeling the pain, this is just a symptom of something else much larger. Something else is going on. All right. I'm not talking about an acute injury where someone stuck their football boot into your knee. Okay. I'm talking about you're just doing your training, you're exercising, or you're working in the garden and you're constantly getting back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain. It's chronic injuries. Is a symptom of something not working. And that can be tightness, weakness, and poor movement patterns. They will cause these problems, okay? Guaranteed, all right? If you're taking medicine for this, right, the medicine is going to, basically, it's only going to address the symptom, the pain that you're feeling. Is going to reduce it a little bit. And initially, in the first stages, it could be really helpful for a few days. But after that, all it's going to do is mask the problem, okay? It's going to trick your biology into thinking something's okay when it's damaged, and you're going to carry on trying to go back to doing what you were doing before under a false pretense. You don't want to do this, guys. And you know, if you're taking things like ibuprofen, it destroys your gut flora. So your nutrition wise, you're just giving yourself all the wrong things. Medicine is a quick fix. It's handy in certain situations, but for the majority of chronic pain, you will need to get rid of that as quickly as possible and move on to something that finds your source problem. Like, why wouldn't you want to find out what's actually causing the problem? You would, right? Okay. You don't want to, you know, if you had a car and they kept saying to you, you know, your tires are wearing down, you have to buy new tires every few months until someone comes along and says to you, well, actually, the steering isn't aligned right and the balancing isn't aligned right. So if you change that, your wheels will stay on for years. You've got to want to do that, okay? But no one gives us, no one gives us that information about our bodies. There isn't a manual that you can just go to or check up on. You're relying on other people. So just ask people like myself, what can I do? Okay. Like I said, short-term medicine is okay, few days. If you're really in a bad state, you know, and you're in hospital and you need to take morphine, okay, it's great. You need to do that sometimes. Okay. I'm not saying you must never do it, but look at the studies for yourself. Look at the science behind what these man-made chemicals do inside your body. Not good. Around where you're feeling the pain, you know, be honest with yourself. Have you got tightness? Is it stuck? Does it feel weak? The chances are it probably does. And chances are, you know, you've got to address these things, but you just keep putting it off because, like, I get it. Life's hard enough as it is. You just want to get on doing your daily stuff, and you can't be asked just to fathom out these problems because it ain't fun. It's not sexy. It's not great. You know, going to the gym and lifting weights is really cool, but stretching out a damaged lower back muscle is like really boring as hell. But you're only ever going to be as strong as your weak parts. So, you know, the people that fathom this out are the ones that excel. The rest of them are going into hospital and seeing consultants to have operations. We don't need it. So we have to take responsibility. Healthcare starts with self-care. So get yourself checked over or look for yourself. Plenty of information on Google and that can tell you whether your hamstrings are too tight or you know, for instance, can you touch your toes? That's not always a sign that your hamstrings are tight, but it's a good beginning, you know, you'll know. So when you do start to do this stretching, one of the fixes, you know, hold it for 2+ minutes, 2+ minutes minimum. Okay, sometimes I do it for 5 minutes. You've got to give the nervous system and the tissue time to change. If you're doing that in 60 seconds, it's not going to work. Okay, it needs to be long, deep held stretching. Don't do it before a workout. Do it at a different time, okay, or a different day, after a workout or a different day. But do it every day and do it 2 or 3 times a day. Stretch the area out. Get it feeling better. Okay, it will repay you. I guarantee it will repay you. If you want to see more about stretches, I've got a whole plethora of ways of stretching to improve areas, and you can do, you know, you can do it twice as quick as some people if you know the right techniques. Our major priority, guys, is getting your inflammation down. If you've got inflammation in that area, it's swelling up, it feels red and sore and painful, you want to get ice onto it straight away. And I'm not talking about, you know, a packet of frozen peas. I'm talking about getting ice right on the spot. You have to do this. Okay, this will help change the chemistry inside and then bring in new blood flow and new nutrients. Okay, so in this example, get yourself a styrofoam cup, fill it with water, put it in the freezer, take it out, just take off the end of it, as you can see in the picture there, and you can rub that directly onto the painful spots, the areas that are feeling really yucky. Don't leave it on for longer than a couple of seconds. Just keep moving it around. And you want to go for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Some people, 5 minutes is absolutely fine. Some people need a little bit longer. It just depends. Size of the foot, what you can withstand. Go for what you need, 5 to 10 minutes. And you want to do this at least 4 times a day. You know, I recommend more if you can, 6 times a day, especially if it's really feeling like an 8 out of 10, like it's really horrible. So you can use a bottle. You could even put your foot in a cold bucket of water, okay, with ice in there. Just leave it in there for 5 minutes and then take it out, okay? Get the ice on there. And you want to do this for about 3 days just to see if you can take that inflammation down. No more than about 3 days. So 4 to 6 times a day, 5 minutes to 10 minutes maximum. The better you eat, the better you become. Everything that you put inside yourself becomes you. If you're putting junk food in the trunk, you are getting junk food out. Your cells literally eat up this food and become you. So if you're eating fast foods, fizzy drinks, cakes, biscuits, crisps, chocolate, man-made chemicals constantly, you know, microwave meals, you are just becoming a hodgepodge of man-made chemicals because you become that. Okay. Get it into your mind. That stuff is poison. Okay, it's poison to your body. They're neurotoxin chemicals that damage us terribly inside. Remove as much as you can. You don't need to be a saint, but go for the 80-20 principle at least. So 80% of your food is good and clean. Every now and again, you have a little bit of something else. You know, I'm going to be honest, I do, you know, occasionally, but there are most things I don't touch. You know, things like smoking, alcohol, drugs, get away from them. They're just designed to just pull you down. They're not what you think they are. Okay. But that's up to you. If you believe that you can just eat the same foods and just carry on and become what you are eating, then that's fine. You just have to realize that you're not going to prepare or you're not going to repair as well as you think you are. That is just the science of it. Supplementation, so B6, for instance, helps you with the control of pain. If you've got a lot of pain in your body already and you've got an injury, then B6 is going to be stripped inside your body, and it probably has been for a long time if you have a lot of damage. So taking B6 will help control the pain, not the inflammation, but it'll help you with the pain. You need it inside your body. Vitamin D is basically a hormone. It's present in virtually every cell in your body. It helps you with cellular regeneration and repair. You need the vitamin D, especially in winter months. If, like here in England, it's cold, it's damp, we don't see much sunlight, which is your preferred option. If you're in a sunny climate, get the sun on your body, directly on your body, and be sure not to wear any sun creams, okay? Not for that time. The sun cream gets absorbed into your body and gives you other kinds of problems. Don't use it. Your cells, your skin is your biggest organ in the body. What goes in absorbs into you. You don't want that stuff inside you. Okay. If you need to go out in the sun for longer, cover up. Okay. But excuse me. Vitamin D, you know, if you go into the sun and you get that vitamin D on your body, then you go and have a shower and you soap, you basically reduce your chance of that vitamin D getting into your body. So give yourself good sun, okay, and don't wash it all off and don't cover it all up. Vitamin C, it's a natural anti-inflammatory, and it helps with all kinds of processes of fighting off bacterias and viruses and problems. Okay, it's one of the first lines we should go to. Best to get it from things like oranges. Okay, so natural orange juice, or if you need to take a supplement. I take at least 2,000 milligrams per day. And the thing is, you'll see a lot of the recommended doses that the health departments give out is way below what you should be taking, because we're so low on so many things. You need to push the boat out a little bit more, do your own research, or contact me. Fish oils. Fish oil has been shown to help reduce inflammation. That is controversial. Some people say it doesn't, and I can see the science behind that. But as far as I know at the moment, it's a good thing to help with reducing inflammation. So good quality fish oil, krill oil, get the very best you can. You know, Alaskan salmon fish oil will be, really good. Proteolytic enzymes. So these are enzymes that really hoover up damaged tissues. They are papain, bromelain, serrapeptase. Serrapeptase is probably one of the best that I really recommend. Go for that one, and these will help you. We don't create these enzymes past the age of about 30 anywhere near as much when we did when we were younger, and that's why when you're younger you get these injuries and you recover so quickly. You recover from training really quickly as well, but as you get older, it's another reason why you're not repairing as quick and being able to get out there and train and exercise and work as much. Okay, look into it. Might help you. Proteolytic enzymes. CBD, you need to get a good quality CBD. The kind of stuff that you buy in the high street shops is usually just junk. Some of it is like CBD oil that's just it's just rubbish. It's not even worth the packing the writing that's written on the package is just worthless. You need to go to a reputable company and get very, very good quality 10% more of CBD oil. Okay, if you've got even more underlying problems, then go for stronger strains. Don't want to talk about THC because that's illegal in this country, but this can help you as well, especially if you're suffering from something more. Uh, how you move and how you hold yourself vitally important. If you're stooped over all day, if you're slouched, if you come home and just sit on the settee, you're not getting enough exercise, if you're not straightening your body and stretching it out and opening it up, maybe your knees collapse when you're doing squats, maybe your ankles don't bend very well, you need to look at your body or get someone to look at it for you, give the information. If you want to send me a message down below, we can hook up and do a very quick Zoom Skype call, and I can see very quickly areas in your body that are lacking what they should be, and then we can put in a plan to get you better, get you where you want to be. Quite often I see people starting up a fitness regime, but they're trying to cure a health problem with fitness. Doesn't work. You need to cure the health problem. If you're injured, stuck, tight, reduced movements, can't move that well, you need to reduce all of those symptoms first, and then you will get strong, then you will lose more weight, then you will tone up, then you will build more muscle, then you will feel better. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. I've never ever met one person in all the years that I've been doing rehabilitation that hasn't benefited from getting to the bottom of their source problem. Okay, a bad knee, hamstring and quad tightness, a bad back, hamstring, quad tightness, weak abdominals, lots and lots of different reasons for different people. So send me a message if you need to. We need to address lifestyle factors. If you're working on a building site or in an office, you're still under duress 8 hours per day, every day of the week. And because you do a similar type of thing constantly, then you're getting an RSI. Okay. So the trouble is with that, you've got two options. You either leave or you carry on with the job, but you do something to improve yourself to be able to carry on doing your job. So if you don't really like the job, then change it. Go and do something you do like. If you do like your job, but it's giving you issues, then you might want to think about doing stuff to stop you getting hurt. It's quite simple. I used to work with athletes. They run very fast. They want to run in under 10 seconds for 100 meters. And in order to do that, they practice running, but they don't just run. They have ice baths, they do stretching, they see a physio, they see a nutritionist, they see a massage therapist, they see a psychologist. All of these factors help them do their job. It's just a job. Okay. Same as us. We do a job. And if you want to get better at doing that job, or you want to stop yourself getting hurt, this is what you need to do. Find out the aggravating factors, limit them, and then build up yourself to limit your chances of getting aggravated injury. No one wants to be injured at work, right? Um, so moving along, we'll go into the summary of everything now. Uh, most chronic injuries can be solved by yourself, just looking at yourself, looking at your lifestyle, looking at your movement. Are you tight and stuck in any areas? Okay. Longer term issues don't go away because they lead to ripple effect. So, the ripple effect is, you've hurt your ankle, you can't walk very well on your ankle. So you put more pressure onto your right side and you get a right hip problem. Now you're being treated for a hip problem, and once that's finished, you've still got to look at your ankle. So it's the same with the nutrition. If you're eating the wrong foods constantly, it's going to put poor nutrition inside you. You're going to get effects from that. So it's really important that we don't have too much of a ripple effect. If you've had chronic injury for a long time, the chances are you've got a ripple effect, and you're going to have to gradually get rid of everything. Okay. If in doubt, consult an expert, get some guidance, send me a message down below, get in touch with me, and I will help you or guide you where you need to go, or what you need to do to help get you out of the problem. It's your body, and if you don't want to drive yourself into a hip and knee replacement, for example, then change these things now, guys, because it's not fun. So, You can contact me on this email address, neilmeakinsart@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram, guys, at Neil Meakins. And please like, share, subscribe if you found this channel or this video information helpful. Just share it out there. Give us a like, send us a message. There you go. So in 30 minutes, that should give you enough information for you to go away and have a little bit of a look at what's going on with yourself. Don't be too het up on trying to eradicate a problem in a week or two. If you've had serious chronic injury for a long time, it's going to take you 6 to 12 weeks to get out of this problem. Okay, so give yourself enough time. Don't be in a rush. Look after yourself, guys. Take care, and see you again soon.